Hi and welcome. Today I have a spread in my Inktober journal. It's the 1st of October. That means the Inktober challenge is starting, and I thought about making a quick abstract collage each day in this big spiral bound sketchbook. I don't use the sketchbook very much because I don't really like the format, but I think for abstracts it's really interesting. I will post a video as often as I can over on my Instagram Reels, so you can see hopefully each day the process of my page. Today I have recorded it also for YouTube because as this is the first day, I have started by wetting a area on my page, and then I went in with the Rohrer and Klingner drawing ink. I don't use only ink for these spreads, but I thought I would use at least one product that is ink, so Inktober matches a bit better. Maybe you like to join me for this challenge. I think a quicker collage is something you can squeeze into every day. I don't want to take more than 10 to 15 minutes for these pages, and usually I have some drawing time in between, so I can split up the time that I'm working on that page. So maybe I would start in the morning and then go to work and finish it in the evening. I was searching for another color of these inks. I want to add in some magenta. The yellow I've used is the golden ochre. And another thing I want to announce today is that I am teaching in the Gratitude Junk Journal workshop from T.R. Smith, and the registration starts today, and you will get 30% off the regular price when you add the code LOVE30 at checkout. I will give you all the information in the video description and also a link to the workshop. The workshop starts in November. Here I was just searching for a leftover piece of collage paper, and I'm adding in the pink ink that is on my brush because I don't want to waste it. And I believe I will use this paper for my collage because the colors are perfect. I will now let my page dry, and these are the inks that I was using. I also want to include a little bit of stamping, not much, just to add some interesting accents, and I decided to use a dark brown distress oxide. I think it's ground espresso. And at first I thought I would use that big circle, but then I decided to just go with the small one. This stamp is, I believe, on the Pencil Marks number 2 stamp set, might be on the number 1, but as always I will link up everything I've used underneath. I also wanted to add some stamping with a text stamp, and I picked that ticket from the Mixed Media Marks number 1. I stamped it first to my scrap paper because I usually don't clean my stamps very well, so I thought it might be more black than pink. So I just stamped it to test that out, and yes, it was black. And now I cleaned the stamp, and now I go in with some magenta StazOn ink to stamp just some accents all over the spread. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram so you can see my daily Inktober projects. I am not sure if I will make another YouTube video. Maybe the Saturdays I will record a longer version for you, but I don't know if I can manage it. But I hopefully can manage to make a video for Instagram. I don't want to overdo it with the stamps. I think you have to be a bit careful not to add too much. And if it's not enough, you can always add accents later. But I also want to go in with some collage elements, of course, and maybe some scribbling or stuff like that. I am picking the paper that I used to clean my brush just before, and I cut the elements and have a look what looks good and what not. I think this is a bit too big, so I cut it smaller. And it's always good to have a view through the camera onto the page to see which arrangement fits and looks nice. The text on the paper is nothing special. This was just a text I printed for my son to practice for school, so it's just a random text for children. I'm going to adhere the papers with a glue stick. I am using the Tombow glue stick for all my collages almost. I only use gel medium when I do a bigger mixed media piece and go on top with a lot of paint or wet stuff. To me, the spread still looks a bit empty, as something was missing, so I am going in with a POSCA pen and make some marks, and I will also use a neo color for some scribbles. For the new color, I decided to pick the beige color. It's one of my favorites. I just bought a second one because one of them I usually take out when I draw on location or when I go on holidays. I just make some intuitive and random scribbles. And something that also helps to make a page look more finished are splatters, in my opinion. I really love splatters on a piece and I usually always make them. And here I just used that magenta ink again. I thought I would finish up the page by adding a little bit of text, handwritten, because I thought it would fit in this space on the bottom. And I'm just writing a little poem my grandpa wrote me when I was a child. Yes, and this is my first Inktober abstract collage spread. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will follow me over on Instagram to see the other spreads, and maybe you are in the mood to paint along and do the same, then please tag me in your posts so I can find it and reshare in my stories. I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye!